Hey everybody, got another video for you. My Wargaming Madness vlog. And yeah, it's been a while since I did one of these as well. Earlier last week or earlier this week, I did put out an update for my Wall of Shields, my Ancients gaming hobby. My World War II Madness, of course, is all about my World War II hobby. One of my interests in miniatures wargaming, or wargaming in general. Many of you know I'm a big fan of Flames of War, and I've done a lot with that game over the years. Lots of battle reports and other such things. And I recently converted over to version 4, the latest current version. Of course, this book here, the free book, which Battlefront put out earlier for late war and early war gamers, this is pretty much going to be redundant because they're coming out with the new rule book. Well, I wouldn't say redundant. Nothing really changes except the points and a few clarifications and put it more in line with the mid-war style rulebook. So, yeah, there is this, and yeah, well, we're going to leave that alone for a second. Of course, I've done a lot of other rules, like Rommel, Sam Mustafa, great set of rules. I had fun playing this. I do have a battle report that I'm still editing. I think I did it sometime last year, and it was a great fun game. And I hope to get that finished off and posted as well for you guys to enjoy. I've played this a few times, and it's a great grand tactical style war game. You've used it with Flames of War 15mm figures on a grid where each square is 6 inches square. And again, this set of rules uses grids. Work good, work great. I had a good time with it. Some interesting things going on in here. Good set of rules. And of course, another favorite set of rules that I enjoy is Panzer Grenadier Deluxe by David C.R. Brown, maker, the author of General de Brigade, General d'Armée, and so on. This is a really good, enjoyable set of rules as well. I wouldn't say it's grand tactical, but as a baseline, the basic units of maneuver in this game are platoons for tanks, and I believe squad, well, not squads. One basis, I think, is a squad in this. That's the default. But you can play more of a company level game, like Flames of War, where each guy is one guy and each tank is one tank. You can do that as well with this set of rules. So you can play the bigger battles or the smaller company-sized battles. Not a set of skirmish rules, not by a long shot. But this is one of my favorite sets of rules as well. I do occasionally like to break this out and give it a read and plot some games that I might play in the future with this. And it is a high-quality production as well. This is something that will be on my shelf for some time, I must admit. But one of my favorite games overall for World War II, many of you folks know this as well. I've done a lot of battle reports and games with this, Battle Group. And this is the hardcover version of the rules. I think this is the current. I remember the one I used to have was a little tiny mini rule book. And they usually supplied it with one of the army books that they sold. Plastic Soldier Company puts this out, and they're coming out with a lot of new stuff. They got one out for Market Garden, plus the old D-Day supplement, which I have. Overlord. This is a softback now. It used to be a hardback. This is the current version. And they have a bunch more of these. Blitzkrieg, they're doing the Kursk one, which was the original army book for the rules. So they're going to be putting that out once again. I believe it's in the same format as this. And yeah, all that goodness. Primarily for 20mm scale figures, but highly usable with 15s, even smaller. Great set of rules. I really enjoy this set of rules. And one of my favorite parts, of course, is the lists. Some of the best army lists for World War II are in here, folks. I really enjoy that about this game, the way it works and the way it's structured. And this game will let you play anything from a platoon all the way up to a battalion, maybe. You can get some good big battles with this set of rules. But ideally, I think maybe the company level, or even the platoon, the smaller battles, are the best way to play this set of rules. But that's my opinion. That's how I've done it. I usually play the smaller actions of a platoon where I got a bunch of squads and some support vehicles, and that makes a good game for me. So yeah, One of my favorite sets of rules, also a permanent place on my bookshelf. And one of the big changes I'm doing currently, probably not this year but next year, is I'm switching over from 15 mil to 20 mil. And as I said in the introduction here, I basically was a big fan of Flames of War, and my initial collections were in fact 15 mil. You can see he just stood here. So I have massive collections of these guys. Basically Western Front, US, some British, and Germans for Flames of War basing. But I think, folks, I'm kind of moving on. And I've done this with my Napoleonics hobby as well. And what I'm looking to do is 20 mil. And I think this is a scale that I would prefer over 15 and prefer over 28s as well, for many reasons, one of which is nostalgia. Of course, I'm a big fan of the old days of wargaming. And the other is I like the bigger figure. I like painting them. I don't like the big 28s as much. I think they're a little bit too big outside of, skirmish games or big tables. And storage is always an issue with me as well for bigger terrain pieces. This is ideal. And I think this is the way I'm going, folks. 20 mil. And I think I'll be jumping on this next year. I've had these since last year, I believe, 2018. I started collecting these figures from Zvezda, Plastic Soldier Company, AB, which I'll show in a minute here. And I absolutely love these figures. Fantastic. I got some half-tracks. I got some Stuart tanks. That said, I have to say that the focus of this is going to be on the Eastern Front, probably from 42, 43, that era. Not so much the late war, not so much the early war, 1941, Barbarossa, and all that. Mostly interested in the Stalingrad era, Citadel, Operation Citadel, Kursk, and all that good stuff. That's really going to be my main focus for this project. But this project isn't started yet. I've just been collecting the models, and here's some Eureka Miniatures ABs. These are some of the best looking models I have seen in this scale. Let me take some of these out for you, actually. I've showed these off before, but just look at that. Look at the poses and the detail on these guys. Let me see if that'll focus. I don't know if that's focusing. Using a new app for my videos. Trying to get used to it. But these are some beautiful figures. They go well with the Zvezda and the Plastic Soldier Company and stuff. And of course, these will be mounted individually, except for teams, weapon teams like machine gun crews and stuff. I'm going to use Litco bases, maybe some washers, we'll see, to base these. And they're specifically going to allow me not only to play games of Battle Group, but also games of Chain of Command. Maybe Bolt Action. I'm more of a fan of Chain of Command. So yeah, I'm basically moving down in scale. More tactical skirmish, platoon plus sized actions. That seems to always been an interest of mine that I've never really focused on, especially with Flames of War. That's beautiful. Two-man team. Fantastic. MG42. That's an MG42 there. So there's some AB figures. You can get these in the States from Eureka Miniatures. Check them out, folks. I highly recommend these. Great service and great sculpts. These look like Zvezdas. I did take some of them out. Can't really see them. I'll make a separate video for these figures eventually. And I got Russians and I got Germans for this era. So, folks, I guess what I'm trying to say here and get at is that this is going to be my focus for World War II at this point. It's going to be 20 mil, 172, that scale range. And I'm probably going to be more focused on Battle Group and Chain of Command more than any of the others. I do love this set of rules, and I love Rommel as well. I mean, I would prefer something more like Battle Group or Chain of Command. But these games definitely are going to be on my shelf, and I want to break them out occasionally and play them. But much like my Ancients hobby, where I like to focus on a single set of rules and basically master it, I think that's what I'm doing with my World War II hobby. And I think that's going to be Battle Group. And for smaller actions, I'll probably do Chain of Command. That's the route I am taking, folks. So if you're a fan of Battle Group, stay tuned. I'm going to be doing all kinds of goodness with this game. Now, the jump-off point for this project, 20 mil, is probably going to be sometime early next year. We shall see. Currently, my main project is my Ancients project. I'm about to begin collecting 28 millimeter Ancients for another game. So that's going to occupy me probably for the rest of this year. I'll probably paint a little bit here and there of other things as well. But I don't know if I'm going to jump into the World War II stuff just yet. So, yeah. So if you're a fan of Battle Group, stay tuned, folks. One of my favorite games of all time. So, yeah. Now, of course, where does my 15 mil set at this point? Well, folks, I'm not really sure. I do have them. Worst case situation, they'll go up on my Forge and Brush and be sold off. Support my 20 millimeter hobby. Or maybe I'll keep them and still use them with other more grand tactical games, if you want to call it that. It's not really grand tactical. But what do you guys think? You like the 15s? You like to see some more Flames of War? Want to see some more Panzer Grenadier? Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? What should I do? But I am pretty sure that my next run with World War II gaming is going to be in 20 mil. And I'm excited about it. I've been excited about it for some time. So hopefully that'll jump off pretty soon, early next year. So folks, yeah, that's where I'm sitting at the moment. I'll probably, like I said, make some more videos showing off these models, especially once I get more into this. But stay tuned for that. So I guess that's all I got to say. This is my World War II hobby update, basically. So leave me some feedback, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, all that goodness. And again, let me know what you think. Are you a fan of 20 mil Wargaming? 172? How about Flames of War and 15 mil? Do you prefer that? What kind of battle reports would you like to see? Flip through reviews? What would you like to see me do next? Let me know in the comments, friends. And till next time, hang in there, folks. Remember, it's only going to get better. You guys know it. Take care.